Hey everyone, Ruan Spies here from the Alis Ideate team. I'm looking forward to sharing some of the changes we've recently introduced with regards to the way that we capture context and help you make sense of it. So let's get started. I've created this idea as a placeholder for us to play around with. So let's add a new contribution. And it is the era of the text box. And so we're doing some work to make sure that the experience using this is a lot smoother. You've seen me in previous videos record voice notes. We've included a small piece of functionality that allows you to hold in the space bar in order to record a voice note. And as soon as you let go, it finishes the voice note. But let's look at some of the capabilities that we allow for in uploading things. So just that you are aware, we've extended the functionality that allows you to drag things into this window. You can also copy. So just to show, you can use your Control or Command C and Command V on this side, and it will bring it in. But let's also add these two. So there's four different types of files that I'm adding here, and we see this often. Context that's shared in a document, a meeting recording, some image, and an Excel file. So I'm going to submit this, and then let's look at what Alis Ideate allows us to do once we have these things in an idea. Opening up the contributions page, we can see that my files have been added here and a little bit of a synthesis just around the different things that I've added. So I'm going to go into the uploads view, which for this session just gives me nice visibility into the different files that have been uploaded. And you'll see that some of these contains little icons. And this is just a way for us to draw your attention to show these are things that we picked up for this specific upload. And so let's maybe start with the video. You have a meeting with the client and you upload the meeting, and we can help make sense of that in a way that's very focused to the development process. And so here's a meeting that I had around this app idea. And so what Alis Ideate would do is extract all of these different categories of things that become really useful for a person stepping in, trying to make sense of this for the first time, or just going back. We had one of our users comment that they didn't have to take any notes in a meeting because of how comprehensive this was. And so we see that from this meeting, we can actually see like what is the different priorities, what is the current process that's being followed. Looking at like a demo, like what are the different types of things that will be important for this app. Looking at some of the other things, so here's an Excel file, and it's like a mock-up for the projections here, but we are able to extract what the different sheets are, help make sense of those sheets, and even some of the actual formulas that are used in this. So again, helping you to position yourself for this. And similarly with other upload files, I'm not going to go into all of the detail there, but try this out. Upload things that you care about, especially meetings. We see this where multiple meetings have taken place around an idea, especially, it becomes really valuable for people to use Ideate in that regard. Stepping into another idea to show some of the functionality around the sessions and how we bring that in there. I previously demonstrated the layout of these sessions, but something we've brought in this week is just helping you get up to speed even quicker. So we spoke about the synthesis of a discussion between the agent and a user, but we also now bring in those augmentations that we do on the things that people have uploaded. And so rather than having to listen to all of the voice notes and watch all of the meetings, we can actually get a summary of what the person said in their voice note. We can see that there were some challenges that were highlighted. If I open that up, I can then drill down into the specific areas. The Discover agent also has visibility across these different contributions. And so I can ask questions trying to uncover specific details about the underlying contributions, whether that's in a specific one or across multiple. Or I can ask questions that might be more derivative. So what are the biggest opportunities, for example? And we can then see how the model would synthesize the information, but then also make certain value judgments about this. And where we've seen clients use this is even in aspects like break down the most important tasks for the next steps, or what are the key action points, or what do I need to follow up with people about. And so this agent not only allows for looking at specific contributions, but actually helps to become your assistant in taking this idea forward. That's it for this week's product update. We trust that the functionality we've showcased helps you to understand how to get from scattered context into things that have been synthesized well so that you can pick up the context that you need quicker, going from idea to impact faster. Just to keep you in the loop, we are hard at work at the way that we generate outputs, not only in terms of the content or what types of outputs, but also the user experience around that. And we would continue to ask for your feedback to make sure that the things that we are generating is useful for you. So keep an eye out. We hope to share that in next week's product update, along with some really cool features in terms of getting usability feedback for the prototypes that you are able to generate. But until then, we hope you have a good week and happy ideating.